So I teach media arts, and last week I used ChatGPT to build a 5-lesson unit on cinematography. It took me 7 minutes, and my students got better assignments, and most importantly, I got my Sundays back. So I'm going to take some time today to show you exactly how I did it here on Teaching with Intelligence. In this lesson, you're going to learn 5 things. 1, how to set up ChatGPT in less than 2 minutes. 2, the one prompt structure that works for everything in every classroom. 3 is how I built a cinematography unit so good that the admin asks, where did I get this? 4, I'm going to show you how I create student assignments that actually make sense for your subject. And 5, I'm going to show you the common mistakes that teachers make so that you don't have to make them too. So let's dive into it. By the end of this video, you'll have created something that you can actually use in your classroom Monday morning. That's a promise. So let's dive into it. Okay, first let's set things up. We're going to go over to openai.com, and you're going to have 2 options. One is a free account. So just by clicking the sign up or the login on the right side there, you can just log in using your email or your Google account, and you get access to ChatGPT 4.0 Mini, which is completely fine for making lesson plans. Option 2, you can go in and get ChatGPT Plus. It's $20 a month. That's completely worth it. I highly recommend doing that. You get faster responses, access to advanced features. I use all that, but you don't need it to just get going. So I know a lot of teachers want the free version because, let's be honest, we don't really have a huge budget, do we? And there's actually a third alternative that I'll talk about. That's ChatGPT for teachers. I actually have another YouTube video on that. And that's a free account. My problem with ChatGPT for teachers is that, I do all this work in there, and let's say I get fired or transferred to another school, or I go to a whole different district, and now all of a sudden I have to get all that stuff that I did and take it with me somehow. And it's just, I'm going to be using ChatGPT for the rest of my life, I assume. And so I really want to just have all access to all that stuff with it. So I've got a bunch of ChatGPT tutorials on the channel. So just scroll through that. If you're looking to dive deeper into it, they're all there. But for now, let's get going. So once you log in, you're going to see this right here. I'm actually in this ChatGPT for teachers because I just have an account that I don't even use really for it. I just do it more for demos. So here we are, and first thing it's going to ask you here is, what can I help you with? Inside this box here is where you can put in your prompt. If there's something there, you can always go to the top left corner here, click on New Chat, and then you get a new chat box. You'll see down below they've got things like try something new, create reading materials, generate an image, make something more engaging. So they're just really trying to help you along with all of this. One thing to keep in mind is that each new chat is completely separate. So you can run 10 different lesson plans without them getting all smushed together. Now I'm going to let you in on a little secret. ChatGPT is not magic. It is a really, really good listener. And like any good listener, if you're vague, you're going to get a vague answer. But if you're specific, you're going to get exactly what you need. So I'm going to give you this prompt template that works for 90% of classroom requests. I use this in my media arts class. You'll use it for whatever you teach. I just want you to copy this structure. We'll go over to my Google Docs right here. And this is the structure right here in the yellow. I am, and then grade or subject, teacher, with, and then this is where you're going to give it context. I need you to create, what are you trying to make it create? For, who's this for? About, what's the topic? And in whatever format you're looking for. So for example, I said, I am a high school media teacher. My students struggle with understanding that cinematography is visual storytelling, not just pointing at the camera. I need you to create a cinematography assignment for 10th through 12th graders about shot composition in the form of a detailed rubric plus 3 practical projects that they can complete with their phones. So we do all mobile filmmaking in my class. So I'm going to copy this one here, and we're going to take it over into ChatGPT. And let's just watch what happens. I'll just paste this in here. Here's my prompt. I can get rid of these little quotation marks right here. I don't want those. And don't worry about that. That is Grammarly trying to bug in here. So I'm going to hit go. And let's see what happens. So literally in less than 5 seconds, right? Let's see what we got. So I have a detailed rubric with clear criteria. It's composition, storytelling, technical quality. This is all really, really great. Grading standards that are not arbitrary. And this is an assignment that I can go in and hand to my class tomorrow. No tweaking required. My students know exactly what I'm looking for. And I love it. Let's look at some of the project here. So project 1, emotion through composition, still shots only. So I'm doing all of this here. It's telling me what we want. Tell a clear emotional story. Prompts, choose one. Isolation. Rules. Why this works. Students cannot rely on acting. They must rely on framing. I love this. This is really, really good. So this is our lesson plan. I can go and say, create a student-facing lesson plan. Let me just show you what that looks really quick. Let me just type this in here. Create a student-facing lesson plan for this lesson. So I want something I can just give to the kids right there, not the stuff that I'm reading to go and teach. And here it is, media arts, storytelling, blah, 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 learning target, essential questions, warm up. And all of this, I can just copy and paste this right into my Google Classroom, and they are ready to go. I know all the things it's talking about because I've been teaching for over 25 years, and I know all these things. So I can go in there and say, boom, you guys are good. Let's go do this. If they ask me any questions on this, I can start teaching and really explaining what it is that they're, asking. But all this other work has been done for me. It's exactly on point, and I think it's fantastic. Okay, so this is great. I got a day, it's all set up. We have a 2-hour block schedule. They're going to go crank this out. But what if I want like a 5-lesson thing? We're going to work on this the whole week, maybe 2 weeks. And I want to get this all set up and save me time. They know what's expected of them. So let's dive into that. I'm going to do a new chat once again here. And this time, let's go back to the prompts here. I'm going to grab this one, which says, I am a high school media teacher with 25 students of mixed experience. Some have shot videos. Some are brand new to this. I need you to create a 5-lesson unit plan about cinematography for 10th through 12th graders in a format that includes daily learning objectives, a warm-up activity, and relates to film that they know. So a 250-word lesson, content, and a 5-question exit ticket each day. Make lesson 3 a hands-on shooting project. So I've given it some incredible details. So now I want to take that and see what it runs and makes for me. Let's grab that and we'll copy that again. And we'll go back to chat and we'll punch it in there. There we are. I'm just going to take out these little quotes because I don't need them. And let's see what it does. And let's see how quickly. Remember, this is 5-lesson unit plan. Okay. How long does this take you to do from scratch by yourself? I just want, while this is running, think about that. And here we go. What's nice about this is that this is actually happening in real time in front of us. We're not searching some website or digging through our old film textbooks. With just one prompt, I have 5 days of structured lessons and built-in assessment. So let's look what it says. So here is the unit title, Introduction to Cinematography, 5 class periods. What is cinematography? And it goes through all of that, warms it all up. Here's my exit tickets. Define cinematography in your own words. I mean, this is fantastic. So what did I actually get from all of this? I got learning objectives that are specific, measurable, and realistic for media arts. Warm-ups that relate to films my students probably know, not just generic stuff. Lessons that are concise and actually about cinematography, not some ChatGPT rambling that they just came up with. Exit tickets that tell me what's stuck. And let's scroll down a little bit. And lesson 3 is a hands-on project that I asked for and I got it. Can I use this on Monday when we're back in school? Yes, I can, 100%. Did I spend Sunday evening planning all of this? No. I was actually free to watch something on HBO like Game of Thrones. Did my students get better instructions on Monday? Absolutely. Okay, so now it's time for some math. Building this unit by hand, finding examples, writing assessments, creating projects, 3 to 4 hours at least. Using ChatGPT, what was that, like 30 seconds? I mean, I did have to come up with the prompt, so I wrote that all out. That took me maybe 30 or 45 seconds when I originally wrote it out because I was just putting it up there. But once we put it into chat, 15 seconds or so, it came up with this whole thing. 5 lessons. So if I do the math, that's actually like 3 hours plus that I get back in my week. That's time that I can actually be giving feedback to students on their work. That's time I can use to grade. That's Sunday nights that I don't need to prep. That's all real. So before you go and try this, all the prompts, by the way, are going to be down in the description, so you just copy and paste them and use them on your own. I want to talk to you about 4 mistakes that teachers often make. Mistake number 1 is being too vague. Okay, create a lesson plan about video editing. Okay, great. You're probably going to get a decent lesson plan, but is it specific to what you want? Does it have a time constraint? Does it have information about your class or how you have different types of learners or all of that? That is what you're looking for. You want to create, instead of saying, create me a lesson plan about video editing, create a lesson plan about nonlinear editing in high school for students who are new to editing software. Okay, so I'm giving it just way more context. Include hands-on practice about color grading, explain why shot selections matter, etc., etc. So you can see how you can kind of go on and be real specific. 2 is not asking for a rubric or an assessment. Don't ask for assessments and expect those lesson plans to be gradable, okay? That's first and foremost. But if you ask for assessments with a rubric, that gives you a specific criteria for shot composition, for example, storytelling, technical execution, all of that's in the criteria. Mistake number 3, using it to replace your teaching. So ChatGPT is a solid prep tool, but it is not a substitute for you. Your job is to adapt this to your students, teach the actual concept, show real examples. Don't just hand them a ChatGPT output and then just tell them to go read it and make it yours. No. So mistake number 4, asking for too much in one prompt. So don't do something like, hey, create a full year curriculum with 40 lessons, projects, rubrics, break it into units, 1 prompt, 1 unit, then do another prompt, etc. So that's the best way you're going to get the best results. Smart use, ChatGPT handles the structure, the brainstorming. You handle the teaching. You handle the soul. That's the difference between a good lesson and a bad lesson. So let's recap what you learned. You're going to first go to openai.com and you're going to sign up for the free plan. It'll take you less than 2 minutes. Then you're going to go down into the formula that I've got down in the description. You're going to talk about grade, subject, teacher, your context, what you need, who's it for, what's the topic, and the format. I'll put my example down there too so you can kind of get the idea. You can build a full unit plan with just 1 prompt. I just did it. You can absolutely do it too. You get rubrics, assignments, warm-ups, exit tickets. All of it's just ready for you to customize. Remember to avoid the 4 mistakes we talked about. Be specific, ask for rubrics, don't replace teaching, don't ask for too much at once. This is all about getting your time back. That's the whole point, so you can actually go and teach. So this is what I want you to do right after this video is to go over to OpenAI, sign up, just try one of the prompts we talked about, just 1 formula that I gave you, use it for your subject. You're going to be shocked at how usable it is, and that's it. You don't need to be a tech person. You don't need hours of tutorials. You just need the right prompt. Try it right now, see what you get, then come back next Friday because I'm going to show you how ChatGPT is going to help you grade faster. That's where teachers actually lose a lot of time, and that's a real game changer. So please subscribe so you don't miss it. I'm publishing new lessons every Friday, and this is important. If you try this and you create something good, please tell me what you made. What's the subject? What did ChatGPT do for you? I read and I love every single comment, and I want to know what's working in your classroom. So math teachers, English teachers, PE teachers, tech teachers, I want to hear from you. We're all solving the same problem, how to teach better with the time we actually have. All right, thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys next Friday. Cheers.